House of the Set a war in the first place and send thousands to perish. Why would you aid that despot? Wish to free the masses from suffering, not to aid a single ruler. Fate shall play its hand in time. No one person can control it. I only pray for an early end to the strife, that the people would no longer suffer its torments. The fate of Great Jan. Specifically not the altar. You know, still working? I don't know too. أنا ما من خشكم السر. Last mid autumn festival downtown was followed with people watching the festival lanterns. Patrol didn't have enough hands to keep everyone off the roads. Almost got her out there. Okay, this is one Chen left already though. Guess she's already the commissioner was coming over it. Commissioner, that would be Swar. Oh, probably shouldn't have done that. The whole squad got punished for it. It double patrolled us for the month. The commissioner even told us to be extra careful now since G4 has been out of town. Sure, but I'm sorry. Well, good work, boys. I did just happen to bring in some chows to share amongst yourselves. Can't boss take all of this. Come on, listen to your stomach growling. Have a bite. What was? Oh, no, again, thundercloud was that. Am I seeing things? Over there in the sky, what is that? Boatman's hose down. Look over there. Do you see something on the river? A back beast. But how is it on the river and is carrying a goblet? Just a mirage. What's so special about that? Don't you get those in Kubu City? Huh, what's with the sudden rain? Where'd the back beast go? Autumn rain this year may well freeze my bones. Porting in. The Fairmont has reached the final sentry post. Red alert. Repeat, all units on maximum alert. Wow. I think this doesn't look like a creature at all. That's a damn mountain. Excuse me, sir. The Grand Commandant is sick. Sick of bed. And will not see anyone, please. Is the Grand Commandant in? Yes. Bring me to him. The hell did you do to the servant? my fevered dreams, it was as if I'd seen the late... I had thought you were the late Emperor. Here, take me away. I know you often think of the late Emperor. If your anxiety has addled your brain, if you're thinking about your own already, your Imperial Majesty, you honor me with your presence. Oh, never mind. That is not the way, or that is not chief way. Forgive this servant, I've failed twice for even a salutation. How have you deteriorated so greatly in the few days since our last meeting? You're taking your medicine. I beg your Majesty's understanding. This consumption is stubborn and chronic illness. The room over there is made out I'm struck with a cold. I fear this wizened shell may not make it through the winter. You are just as a red of great yen and should not sell yourself short. How could the same man who once kept countless foreign foe halted at our gates dread a mere cold? Be at ease and convalesce. I await your swift recovery and for you to share my burdens and aid in the nation once you are well. This adult servant is in truth well suited to the task. Great Canada is rich with talent. Your Imperial Majesty decides all matters great and small, so I seek counsel from this withered servant. Oh, this one. To the Grand Commander is unsatisfied with my arbitrary actions and wishes to return home due to his illness. This humble servant would never dare. In the last 2 weeks, ministers across the bureaucracy and all throughout the land have stacked petitions urging war high on my desk. Everyone is passionate, and if you will, I would like venture to call desperate. So for the Grand Commandment to claim illness at this hour is this to compel me to. Your Majesty is indeed aware all you need share a view on the age-old problem. Your Majesty may not believe me, but ought to have faith in this. The will of the people. We're willing to try any other possible solution as long as we can avoid spilling the blood of our troops too readily. I thought you would know best my mind on that matter. Yes, Your Majesty is well versed in our history. Surely you must know. Our cost them many times the blood that ought to be shed. When was it ever avoidable? One ought to act swiftly when necessary. Indecisive efforts for want of perfection will only lead to more bloodshed. I have thought Your Majesty understood this long ago. It has been more than 2 weeks since the great offender entered the tomb of Sui, but his fate remains unknown. 2 weeks after the event. All Great Jan is in an uproar, not only due to the 5 Fathomoods, but the presence of a foreign foe as well. Leave him in the tomb for even 1 more day and the danger to Great Jan will increase tenfold. This is not my opinion alone. Even if I could temporarily suppress public sentiments for Your Majesty's sake, it would not be no true solution. How do you want to go about it? I can ask Your Majesty to see an Imperial Edict. I can only make an earnest request to set the day. A final deadline until which Great Jan must hold. Whether or not blood should have ever been shed will determine thousands of years from now by historians and common folk alike. But for now, I am afraid neither the Grand Commander nor I will get to make that determination. Is it Great Jan that cannot hold, or the collective lust for glory? What? Is it Great Jan that cannot hold, comma, or the collective lust of glory? But your request is not without merit. I recall it was the day after the full moon when you went in. The next day of the full moon it is. If the man fails to achieve anything in the Tomb of Sui, then we will proceed as the Grand Commandant proposes. Very much this is wise and just. Let it be so. A cold is no grief illness, the Grand Commandant, but convalescence is still important. I heard that young snow bears are great expectorant. I'll send for some. Finish the bears before you rest for the night, and your illness should be cured in the morning. I will hold court early tomorrow, do not be late. Those fathomless proxies have quite the mystical prowess. Is the blockation finally complete? Perhaps. Or just how many times have we tried? Is that complete? How long have we spent in the Garden of Grotesqueries? Based on the dates on the entry beer terminal, it's been more than 2 weeks since we've entered the garden. I see. More than half a month. Why do I feel like we've spent even longer than that? I don't know if anything's happened in the Tomb of Sui since we've been here. Though you asked how many times, I'm getting the sense this isn't our first time standing on this spot. Including the placation, taking the Jade Rule, leaving the garden, and going back to town. I feel like we've done it all multiple times, and also, sometimes it's Mr. Yi who greets us, while other times the Wakey player blocks our path. Sometimes the bestial Ho returns into a butterfly and gravely injures the bestial Sui, but other times you fall into a gaze trap and gets chased out of the garden for no apparent reason. These are all the IS endings. I love this. And this hunch isn't a recent realization? It was a faint feeling at first, but it was only just now that I suddenly realized we seem to have been repeating our garden visits. If that's the case, maybe the blockation is finally complete. I certainly hope that's the case. Right, who of us has the token? It seems Mr. Yi hands the roll to a different person each time we complete the rites. Damn this doll. Damn this doll. So you made it out alive. Bit tough, huh? We'll see. Why are you calling me that when you're not even a TNT disciple, kiddo? How should I address you then? Who cares about titles? You're King Gong goods and you move quick. King Gong's is good and you move quick. So I guess you're wherever you need to be. Where do I need to be? What should a candle holder do after getting the token from the garden? Return to the surrogate and submit the trade rule along with the reports. And be gone. No more dawdling. Trade rule. A token's a token. Maybe there's a reason you didn't get the trade rule this time, but just hurry back to the circuit already. Or are you scared that the proxy is gonna report you for theft? Can be. There's something I'd like to ask about whether... Just be quick, cause you candle here. You or me. Won't you know the answer once you see the city for yourself? Yourself anyway. Oh, at your age, I'm sure you know how to adapt to situations, don't you? Yes. Towards Evelyn. You stay, will she? Baizao doesn't have much use for you to carry at the moment, so it'd be pointless trip for you. You'll be more useful here. Same goes for the Yun kid. Neither of you is a member of Sir Regular to stay, so make less trouble for all of us. Bella puts a token back into his pocket and after bidding farewell to the party, leaps off northward. Old Kanbei, there's something I want to ask. Where's the young lady going to be of the Shanghai Zong, the one you took away before we entered the tomb? No, I didn't think a limit like you would concern yourself with that last. I just remembered, she mentioned there was something from the garden that could keep Yan and the Bishop Sui from coming to blows. You got us permission to enter the garden, but you didn't examine the second duel I had at all. Does that mean you believe she spoke the truth? How intriguing. Smart opponents like you are so different from the martial types. Of course, I believe you have your reasons for sending him alone, but I'm worried Zule might come to harm if the token is truly important. To speak of safety, no one's really safe right now. If that kid really has what it takes to be the candle holder, now's the time to show it. What is wrong? I rarely ever see you down so down. I just worry they might not manage to deliver that token. Those who know that the token truly is, what the token truly is, can only stand and watch, while those helping us don't even know where it should go. That old Tianchi has already done us a grand favor. The rest is up to the family's fate. I didn't think those youths would get involved in this. I'm not sure whether to be relieved or worried. Many have come to this garden over the past century, but this group of youngsters was the first to retrieve that glimmer of hope from our memories left behind and bring it back to this realm. No matter what, we must believe that their fates are somewhat linked to ours. You speak sense, sir. Well, myriad sights abound in the land, but encounters are still up to fate. You could buy a ticket early, do your research, memorize the map, stand outside the garden till it opens. But then a storm comes, and you see nothing at all. You could enter through a random side gate and roam around aimlessly, but as long as you have a goal in mind, you might be pleasantly surprised by what you find. Visitors come with interest, but it always wanes with time. It's not proper to force this enthusiasm to endure. Bye. I know about ice players, so let's just relax and wait here and protect this garden. This beautiful place is honestly quite difficult to abandon. What a bother, I'm getting sore throat repeating the same argument over and over. I'm actually having the same problem, and it's just the first part of the story. Square one? No, thousands of years we've debated. Seems nothing's getting through that thick. You're the stubborn one. Whatever scholarly talents you have are negated by expertise in nonsensical arguments. The truth is simple. There's no order. One must be able to tell right from wrong. If it really is, as you say, for everyone to blur boundaries and resist right, and sort of chaos will befall this realm. Preposterous. Insistence on adherence to rules is nothing more than locking yourself in a prison. Let me ask you then to build a room, a house, a city. There are rules to follow, yes. But when we measure merits and errors made in history or the hearts of the masses, what rules or metrics are we able to? Of course, rules are made to fit the situation and all benefits. When have I ever said rules should be set for the sake of having them? Chen. What the f... I know who you are, just by your looks. Damn you. Say we must have rules, but set them in the first place. The rituals, of course, only they can influence the masses, and rules can only stand when accepted by all. Don't you see the problem with that? We have to first find virtuous people to set rules. But what deems one virtuous? Doesn't it mean we have to lay down some rules to find these people? Jude, the 10,000 years of your life have been a waste. If you can even decide if the foul beast or egg came first. You're just unreasonably putting the cart before the burden beast to suit your fallacy. You already have rules called righteousness. You think they just appeared from thin air? What are you talking about? Oh, look, this one's about to wake up. Awake or dreaming? How to ask. Look after her. Look at her, all lost. Obviously, she's dreaming. Weak energy truly woken the girl suffering from headache she faces. If someone refuses to see a son, she will surely run up against barriers, both physical and mental. Forget about that. Her knowing and doing don't much. She's contradicting herself, wants non-action, yet also wants to act. Now she sees a tangible form of justice and even wants to pocket it and take it away. I think she has far more obsessed on that good-for-nothing disciple of mine. Your disciple. Yes, how could she enjoy such a delusional dream if she weren't the most obsessed person walking this realm? No need to be so harsh, Jew. Plenty of people out there climb trees to catch fins, or strike ice to make fire. What can we even do? Sure, read about one thing. Is this girl an obsessed one, or what? Why are we shit-talking, Chen? What's the matter with you? Nothing. Did you not hear any of that? So weird, you've been staring into blank space for a while now. Did those guys give you a concussion? Don't suppose there's anything I can do about that. Thanks, I'm not quite... I just feel like I've been here before. Cannot bother reading that. My name is Chub. Remember this family name. The rest has nothing to do with you. Tao is my sister. I hate you and I hate them. I should love you, but right now I hate every last one of you. I should grow up soon. When you grow up, you'll change everything. 3 days before the day of the full moon. And nothing more. It's later on. If you wait till winter, the roads will be hard to traverse. I'm sure you should go back. Go back to our longman. I've already told you what you want to know, so you should understand all that lies in front of you is none of your business. I think you've got it all, Uncle. You were 5 years younger, we would have crossed swords already. Your temperament has changed too. You don't have many issues here over the past few days at this post house. Because I still don't trust you. What you said about the grand preceptor, about your brother, that other uncle, I've never met, and the old true long. It is not my place to comment, but if I have to say something, I'm just glad you're not the one running in. I cannot argue with that. I kinda do want to argue with that. I really want to know what was going on in your head when you left Baiza, why Mother followed you to Longman, and why she stayed. At this one, I'm not expecting to hear a fair answer or an objective account of the past from you. I'll find the answers myself, and until I do. You have a knack for messing things up when it matters most, especially when it's about you. Stop you from stupid again, or even just to keep you safe. I'm not leaving until I'm done. Let's both save our breaths. Lights of the far-off nomadic city have been dim for days, leaving Baizao's skyline vague at night. Spine of a fallen mountain. Tries to imagine the colossal creature from ancient fables only recently confirmed as real to her. Fine autumn. Like pins and needles on glass. Silonius. That's the best news you could ask for. There is no hoping for a positive trend of events at this point. So if anything strange happens in Baiza, human won't hesitate to go to war. This bestial zoo you talk of, the unrest it might cause and any battle it might provoke, no one's sure how any of it could turn out. Correct. But this is a secret Gradient has hidden for over 1,000 of you two are so alike. There is a strange detail though. Time is running out, but in the past 10 days, there have been no more than 3 messengers parties traveling between Human and Baiza. When Human is facing war, we would expect far more traffic. A visitor. At a time like this, it should have been well, Lord Way. Likewise, Grand Shooter. To the Grand Shooter of Yan. I didn't know Lady Shen would be here as well. How do you... You're the niece of... Well, at this point, the daughter. She cannot tell if it's an austere or kind look in his eye, but he recognized her instantly. Safely, he turns the same gaze to Wei Yanhua. That's another matter, and a long story. I see. So you did heed my advice to stay at this post house. I have no grounds to distrust the Grand Shooter. It has been messengers, but today the Grand Shooter graces us with a personal visit. There's something I must make clear to you, Lord Wei. Best you stay and hear what I'm about to say. And Situation in Bazo. After mid-autumn, his Imperial Majesty granted him leave to enter the Tomb of Sui to try and quell the threat posed by the Bestial One. And we've heard nothing from the tomb. Yet, this very moment, 5 elements have lurked around Great Jan with intentions unknown. Yet the Yantis of Chamber of Heaven designs, along with the Yan's finest force, have stationed themselves near the settlement. Great Yan does not fear the coming battle, but the worst outcome we face is not just fighting 5 settlements simultaneously. It's unknown. This Gribbage were kept up. With the blood feud of the past few millennia, did you think they'd simply show up on your doorstep bearing gifts? Just say. I'm sure many are advocating for war at this time. There's no opinion from any part left to consider. I fear Giannis suffered no choice. Court myself drafted plenty of plans for this contingency. Countless plans and none end without a Pyrrhic victory. What is that? I see. A win with a lot of cost. But there's still a method yet to be considered. Tell me, Gunshooter, tell me my brother has never conceived of activating Bufan himself. He is a true long, the true long of Yan. If the nation is driven into a corner, he is the only one who can do it. It's absurd, Lord Wei. As it stands, there is no longer a need to digress. Not a single man knew of the secret letters sent to Longmen until the Imperial Guard set off. I come today without any attempt to conceal my identity. I'm sure you understand, Lord Wei. This past story is from 40 years ago, thousands of years ago. It should not end like this, and he should never be the one to pay the price. No one wants to see the worst case scenario, but we cannot deceive ourselves. I must remind you, even if merely for Yan's sake or for the good of the realm, a backup plan is called for. Please, just slow down a second. I don't get it. What does the Grand Shooter mean by a backup plan? Everything you're saying, what does any of it have to do with Wei and Wu? Related to Qi Shao. There's a specific name for Qi Shao. I want to back up on this, something you do. Things go south. What are you talking about? Kingdom cannot be without its king for even a day. Sing Chulong must naturally see his seat filled by another. When father dies, son takes over, and when elder brother leaves, younger returns. Thought to be in for thousands of years. Okay, they're not doing that, right? It's just that. Okay. If there's no other choice, this last will have no choice but to become the true long. We're talking about. Okay. But wait, I do not expect you to have considered all possible angles already. One must think before one acts, but time is short. Take care, Lord Wei. See you. No need. Yet I know what he was saying. He had me stay to hear it, but I couldn't make sense of it all. All that stuff about Yan probably going to war, but he'll give you time to prepare? And the Phantom Ones, what does any of it have to do with you? Many mistakes from the past. Some I made myself, but others I was powerless to stop. I only insist on ensuring those irrevocable mistakes do not affect the rest. Because I've never doubted in your potential to accomplish more than we have. That is the worst time we could be saying that. This One more thing. Tallulah, tell me, was she well the last time you met? Oh wait, I'm not telling you about her. Right? If you really care, then now is not the time. Not for Mizuki doesn't want you to stay a stubborn old man forever, and she's worried about your safety, and I don't really care for anyone but yourself, then tell me, Uncle, what exactly are you going to do? It sounds like she's doing fine. Oh, well, it's not your call to make. Don't know how much she's sacrificed, and you've no clue what she's. If you want to enjoy your pity party here, then have fun. I'm going out for some fresh air. You're running away, Chun. Surprisingly. Wei is being cooperative. Once. My Marine continues. Like intermittent thoughts left tangled with no end. City. Back up north. Okay. Different north, come down. It's not that one. It's just Odysseus. Out of time. What about this farm? What about the people left here? Some of our comrades are saying they'll take care of each other. You could join them too if you're so inclined. Again, you go. Said, I'd like your help if it's on the table. Shit. I believe in your words and your ideals, a place where the affected are judged fairly and can live truly. But that place is not here, not in the past, and not in the present. The place we seek lies only in the future. Let's make our way there. Perhaps did my past catch up with me, or did I go looking for it? It's less history and more reality than I haven't faced yet. Well, if you were here, what would you think about all this? It's nice that you're getting along. Overcautious and indecisive, your courage is for naught. This lass is unlike her ancestors. That first Long's descendant must number at least tens of thousands over the millennia. How many of them were heroes and how many were... How much can this silver of that bloodline even accomplish? Sliver. But Chen is not related Wei Yanwu by blood. Chen is the daughter of Wei's sister. If that even is true. Maybe because the old blockheads refused to bend, no wonder the... Has been in quite a journey, so she must have other special skills beyond her brute sword blood. Guess who the hell are you? Enough hiding. Come out here and show yourselves. The vague mysterious voice speaks again, but she hears it clearly this time. Only now is Sure, the whisper that have plagued her all night are norm nations. Hello, the girl, inexperienced yet quick to anger. Glad you want to know, but if you truly seek your answer, why not find it yourself? Post house. edition. So you're also hunting for, did something happen? When was the last time you saw Lord Wei? Barely an hour ago. So you don't know where his whereabouts either. Wait, you mean? Half an hour ago, Lord Wei went to rest and dismissed us. The post house owner just realized the room was empty when delivering the food. We've searched the premise and found no trace. Lord Wei is missing. I actually managed to slip out with all watching. Again. Yet again, Wei Yanwu. Lord Wei received a letter personally penned by the True Long, summoning him to the capital. We tried in vain to dissuade him. We could only follow. Let us tentatively assume he is making his way there. We failed to ensure his safety and our crime is unforgivable. However, I fear entering the capital now would only... Don't worry. Shen interrupts the Shadow Guard. Whatever the case, he left without help. So this time, I'll find him. Putting in from our RFU, yesterday to the RFE and today we have moved more than 80% of the residents from the area around the main street to nomadic Plate C. Some residents remain due to official duties, property concerns, or other reasons. I urge them to settle their affairs at once and leave material goods behind. Time is almost up. Understood. Also, strengthening security inspections at checkpoints. Report any suspicious individuals or situations to your captain immediately. Yes, sir. The base is already evacuating the population. I wonder if the survey regulator has any use in the single suit. A lot of sentries. Best not to draw attention to myself. And for a detour. Checkpoint, but as he turns a corner, he spots someone who should not be here. We're playing the shoe theme. I don't know why, but I have no complaints. Zola. Are you... Apologies, but may I ask who you are, sir? Sir, regulator is aware of your deeds at Mangshan Town and in the God of God series. I was dispatched to meet you here. You've done well. You must be exhausted, Gares. Thank you for your concern. But I have to deliver a token to the Sir Regulator and share the details of the application with the supervisor at once, so I dare not retire for now. Yes, the proof of application, fret not. Just hand it over and I'll take care of it. As for the report, you may submit it at a later time. But... this is a special case, so I must submit the token and my report to the supervisor myself. Still doubting me when I have the approval penned personally by the supervisor for my actions right here? Julie, I know you are a very conscientious, but the situation is complicated. You need not to be stubborn. I'm sorry, sir, but this is also too sudden, and I don't know where this change is coming from. I do not doubt the supervisor's order, but could we at least head over to the Sir Regulator together so I can get the grasp of the situation? Sir, this is the meaning of this. There's someone obstructing the official duties here. Stay your hand for now. I've never seen the Sir Regulator cooperate with the patrol battalion before. As I said, things get up. This is how affairs are handled in wartime. Zuele, tower any longer and we may hinder our battle plans. I'm acting on orders. If you have any further questions, save them for the supervisor herself later. Acting on orders. There are asked whose orders these are. That is classified military information that may not be leaked, Lord Zuo. I'm sure you understand, seeing as you grew up in the barracks. 300 candle holders in the Sawyer Galita, and none know each other's past. So how do you know my background? Just who are you? See some? Normal, there's still time, no need to rush. Think carefully, did you leave it at your desk? Yeah, probably. What's the matter? Sir! We finished an experiment outside the city and only just the evacuation order. But we left something important in the school laboratory. We'll be back once we've fetched it, I promise. Can we go? This isn't on our side. Time isn't ours. Isn't on our side. What could be so important? It's really important that we spent years just to collect it. If we can iron out the issue, then maybe, just maybe. Show me your student card and then go over there for a security inspection. Thank you, sir. Right, once you get the data evacuate with the academy staff, make sure you leave within 24 hours. Hold it there, girl. Young lady, Baizhou is undergoing a massive evacuation. There is no entrance to the city with special permission. May I ask what brings you here? Chen tries to blend in with those entering the city, but the keen-eyed guards spot her immediately and approaches. She makes sure Qishao stays unseen behind her. From my uncle. He's old, has trouble walking, and brought a lot of luggage on this trip. So my aunt asked me to escort him out. But when the Ministry of Revenue issued the evacuation order 2 days ago, they brought out resident. My uncle isn't able. It's a tourist from Longmen who came here for mid-autumn. He's kind of a loner and rarely talks to people. He spent the last 2 days waiting for me to come pick him up at the inn. Papers, please. Sure. Longmen, Chen Huishe, former senior superintendent of the LGGT. And you weren't infected? I retired from the force because of it, but that was long ago. Thank you for your service. If you don't manage to find your uncle, seek the nearest guard for help. But make sure you leave the city within 24 hours. Thanks for the heads up. Right, could I just ask, have you seen a tall long with red hair and thorns pass through here since yesterday? No, but the description is somewhat familiar. Wonder about it, just passing thought. Okay, I'll be going now. June. Wait, miss, where are you headed? A muster signal. Thing event. What's happening over there? What? Attention to all units. Ensure civilians inside the sentry post are safe. Black mass. In the dark of night, as thick clouds shroud the moonlight glow, an army descends upon the streets. No commands, no war jumps, no rattling of weapons against armor. Even their approach makes no sound. A disciplined, formidable, but still indistinct battalion closes in on the checkpoint with a deathly silence. Did you hear about the ghosts in Baizhou before the city moved onto a pneumatic plate? Ghost army? You believe in folktales too? Probably a mirage caused by the strange weather lately. Way too realistic to be a mirage. Oh, look at their armor, it's totally different from ours. That's no mirage. The army closes in, the guard finally gets a clearer look at the moving mass. Silent soldiers bear blurry yet terrifying faces with old, blood-stained armor like evil spirits from thousands of years ago. A soldier's spear points near the guard's neck before he can even react. Fall back. Why are you not playable? Shadow. The Imperial Guard apprentice slashes forward but merely changes the spear's trajectory while the immense strength hidden in the soldier's axe startles her. The spear point sweeps above her head, but the weapon unnaturally whips backwards, heading for her vitals. Wow! There's nothing inside. The soldier is destroyed by her slash. Strangely, the other soldiers do not treat her as a foe. Simply advance along the empty road silently with no discernible destination. Captain. Send word to the other barracks. These soldiers are anomalous enemies. Exercise extreme caution against them. They don't seem to be actively hostile, so don't initiate conflict. Evacuate anyone along the way and be on guard for development. Captain, where did they come from? What even are they? Geists. Dispatch some men to update the sewer regulator at once. They're merely marching forward for now, but we cannot allow them to endanger civilians or trespass into restricted areas at once. I fear this unrest indicates whatever happenings inside the Tomb of Sui must be called in. But His Majesty's decree actually be. Sword flash. Oh Chen, why are you using Chi-Shao? You have two blades. My goodness, where did this armor come from? Skip geists. Still the same old look. It's the ancient dwelling. What's this? Because it woke up, or because it returned home. Out. Red's flash. Are you alright, madam? Thank you. How can I ever repay? No, there's no need for that. I don't know where these creatures crawl out of for, but they're dangerous. Just be careful. Chen noticed the woman calmly ignoring the surrounding commotion. She even turns to look at Chen herself. Noticing the woman scrutinizing gaze, Chen immediately seized Chi-Shao in vain. A descendant of the House of Yan. You must have misunderstood, What say you? What's the difference between forcing one's person's will upon the masses and enlightening the masses with the insight of one's one mind? Where's this question coming from? You do not have an answer now? This isn't the best time to discuss it. What a shame. Perhaps we can continue our conversation another time. Strange lady. Actually, are these monsters that pop up out of nowhere related to the bestial suite? They seem to be coming from the same direction. Open our discusses Ryozule hides behind a wall. What's going on inside the city? Whose orders are they following, and why are they so fixated and stoken from the garden? That approval letter was indeed written in the supervisor's own. Why would she be working with them? More troops? No, that's... Now let's paintings flash through his man until it stops on a scroll depicting the Great Hunt in the Soy Regulator's hidden collection. Or a similar scroll in Father's study. Could they be geists? As he stays deep in thought, the leaking guy suddenly rushes towards him. God. Black guy disperses, leaving splotches of black ink in the entire wall. Yes. Ah, don't tell me they've vanished, Roxy. What are you? Pressure me any longer and I shan't show you monster. There's a misunderstanding, sir. I saw you getting attacked by that monster, so I ran here to help. You're not apprehending me, huh? My lord must be joking. I only just received orders to assist the candle holders in cleansing the monster. Have you seen any other candle holders? No. The city is in turmoil, but the surveyor hasn't sent anyone. The patrol battalion over these two different directives have been issued here. I must get to the bottom of this once I meet up with the supervisor. My apologies, this was my mistake. Please excuse me. Change yours here. Keep. Start machine spin. So we dispatch several nearby guys and yes, instantly vanish into the alley. Yeah, why the rush? More and more skip guys this way. Where exactly did they come from? Alright, here I am, don't get mad now. You, girl, you're coming with me. You don't get along with the candle holder boy, and you'll just keep fighting in there. Whatever you're looking for, he can find it for you. And what is your intention having followed me? By the attitude, shouldn't you be happy reuniting with an alcoholic? I believe the old Dianchi has her reasons for letting you go, but I can't trust you, like Shanghai's own. Fine. Oh, righteous and benevolent Lord Two of the Soy Regulator. I know you look down upon us a lot. But you're being hunted down by your own people. Surely we can cooperate, so I believe there's been a misunderstanding. I'll go see supervisor. From there, I will naturally... Hold on, how do you know Soy Regulator is after me? You numbskull, they would be walking you back right now if I hadn't stepped in. They were surrounding you back there. Get in Soy Regulator's way. I saved your life so you could be just a bit nicer, maybe. Guys in the vicinity, miss. Be careful. These blasted things are crawling over us. It's just even worse than I thought. Enough nonsense. Where's the thing you got from the garden? What? You want it too? I'm not telling you. Hey. He turns around, pointing towards the growing mass of the script guys coming from all directions. Ignore me, you'd better have a way to deal with all of that. You know how to use that token? Well, then just zip it and hand it over. After a momentary reluctance, Uile finally takes out the doll he took so much to take care of himself. Scholar, it really is her. Where did you get it? In a study, or was it a memorial hall? I can't recall, I don't know why, but our memories of the garden are a mess. I have a question though, is this object you say able to stop Yan and the Bishop's Sewer from going to war? I'll share later, for now we're going to use it to take care of these ugly things. Moya unceremoniously snatches the token from him. All to break the stalemate. Way out. The girl leaps forward, the distance between her and Zula. Ink flowing as your years roll on. Annals are wrought through spring and autumn's turns. The tale of countless lives is told. In the name of the Shanghai Zone, I beseech the 5th of the 12th, bearing the name of Jie. Manifest. She holds a token with a stern expression and recites her chant. But it seems as if nothing is happening. Huh. So that's not how you use it. My guess was off. What? Oh well, works for me. Let me borrow this for a bit. I'll give it back when I'm done studying it. I like this lady. Do this before the hour of Chen. The guys vanished with the sunrise. They were all coming from here, so this must be the source. Sky Mirror Pavilion, this is the place. Who is it? Stop right there. There you are. The same game of Wiki, one that you have lost countless of times over the centuries. You're trying to fight the whole with its parts. All well-laid plans, no more than child's play in my eyes. Drowning yourself in children's toys, a bad old habit of yours. This habit is simply repetition of the thousands of defeats of the past. You try to mask your fear with arrogance. Why bother? Anger, fear, hope, I see clearly in you and the things you try to see in me. Join the game. This time. I am defeated. $593, wow. That's a long time ago. I don't expect this variation of the offset play. Got a chance if you did not continue to cede ground in the center around the 100th move, hoping for a draw. Did I have a clear view of the developments to come, so I picked a safe move. I see I was mistaken. Huh. I thought my wiki skills had improved, but it looks like I'm still far beneath you. This last battle we were only able to avoid casualties thanks to your strategy of conserving our strength and luring the enemy deep. This return to the capital is an opportunity for you to rest, but I expect it will be a long time until our next meeting. You don't seem concerned with victory or defeat. Why obsess over such things in a meeting between brothers? Not just Wiki. It seems that nothing ever concerns you. You are always content back the part of the kind benefactor. I don't know why you'd say that. The new Right Assistant Minister of the Ministry of War, together with officials from the Ministry of Rights, accused you in a petition to the throne 2 months ago. Commanding troops to act without authorization, a serious crime. How do you know the Imperial Court's business when you've been with me on the front lines for the past 6 months? I have my ways. You should worry about yourself. If he meant our late return to camp, it was because we had to stop and wait for a catastrophe to pass. General Yang knew. The Ministry of War hardly has a case. Yeah. General, yeah. Oh, you don't need to worry about that. The Assistant Minister was found to have accepted bribes and embezzled supplies. He is in prison now, awaiting trial. He won't spread rumors any longer for now. As for whether he makes it out for the prison alive, only heaven knows. Promise to stop meddling in the affairs of the court? I would hardly call it meddling, simply helping Yan rid itself of a corrupt official. You know your own intentions. You see the entire court as a game of wiki with human lives for stones. As your lust for honesty and righteousness blinded you to the evil and malice lurking in the hearts of people. I like this. No sooner had that man taken office than he started to target you. Do you really think there is no one behind the curtain? You really believe we have only one enemy? Go easy on this one, and we set ourselves for more trouble to come. Strange things have been happening since the birth of our youngest brother. So 12 of them have been here for 500 years. Fang's patient committed suicide after getting better. Someone has been producing satirical works of falsehood in Dusk's name, imitating her touch. This was actually mentioned. Thieves have stolen treasures from Yee's garden. A long and thorough investigation by the Judicial Review Office turned up nothing more than a gang of fools. And then, your matter. You all know that it's not dead. The people here have never forgotten its terror. That is why they watch our every move, every meeting. Still think your little achievements will force them to see us as anything more than alien entities, enemies to be feared? Are Fang and Dusk alright? Fang was depressed for a while. Dusk has always been how she is, but I don't suppose either would worry too much about it. But what about the future? I think someone is pulling the strings behind the scenes. Shan Haizong or someone else with ulterior motives. That's what I truly fear. If a single mastermind is behind all of this, I cannot determine who it might be, nor do I have any inkling of their intentions. I will confirm all that you've said with the sewer regulator. I know you have good intentions, but don't overstep the boundaries like this again. When have you been worried for one another? I simply didn't want to fall into a trap without knowing who dug it. It's time to go. Journey is far, be careful on your way. Bring the others my greeting. I may not see them. Roxy bids his sibling farewell and proceeds in the direction of the capital. The journey is far and he is in a hurry. He does not have time to stop for a small noises along the way. One wrong movement and all is lost. Let's begin with the name Yu, shall we? Sure, let me think. Yu Yin Rao Yang. The sound like it's one of the beams. Yeah. What idiom begins with Liang? Don't tell me you're giving up already. Of course not, just busy with beast meat. Give me some time. Sure, I have many books to copy, take your time. Yang, I feel like I should ask Yi about but he is not here. Hang Liang, crossbeam. Hang Liang, roofbeam. Dong Liang, pillar. I know, Dong Liang Zishai, pillar of society. It has to start with Liang. I think she has so many bamboo shapes with birds on them sitting next to her. Maybe if I took a peek. That's it? Nothing. Why are you copying the words from the slips on these squares? It's called a paper. New invention. It's lighter and easier to write on than bamboo. It also doesn't deteriorate easily, which makes it easier to preserve. You can preserve something forever if you write it on paper. Yes and no. Bamboo slips may last for decades, paper for centuries. Be it bamboo or paper, however, there ultimately comes a day when it perishes. No matter what we use to record something, it will only endure forever, if people truly commit it to memory. It's like how people remember your cooking when they taste it. He listens, but it's unclear if he understands. He scratches his head beside the stock piece that he has just butchered, but he cannot come up with an idiom that starts with Liang. Suddenly, a small piece of bamboo falls in front of him, and he's on it. Liang Shai Junzi, one of the roof beam. Not bad, Ziye. Let me think. Jishu. Let's stop there. This word change game is so hard. Why don't you play it with Thing in Dusk? Next time they're here, and I'll watch from the sidelines. You're hungry. Do you want me to cook? Sure. I have the bamboo slips if you don't need them anymore. But a fire. Sure, I suppose. That's cute. The young proxy takes the bamboo slips from his sister and skillfully cuts them down to the middle into long, sharp sticks. What are you making? Meat skewers. The stock beast under the loin is just right, makes a leap pan. I found its belly is nice and firm. I would say it's great roasted. The fuel has to be charcoal. It's the bamboo slips them. I already have the charcoal. We can start roasting them when I'm done cutting the sleeves and skewering the meat. Just grating meat on bamboo slips make this scholar's meat. Let's call it scholar's barbecue. Oh, I trust your cooking. I'm excited to try it. When I'm done with the slips, you can take them. Both here. Wang? Oh, back already. Huh. I got your letter. I thought you wouldn't be here for a few days. More days at least. So there's a idiom burning a gherkin to cook burning a gherkin to cook a foul beast, which means sacrilegious, wasteful behavior. What are you doing with this bamboo slips? I'm not. They gave them to me. Ah, you're still afraid of Drang. The boy hides behind his sister, picking his head out from her side. Just giving some broken bamboo slips to you to make the most of them. Why so harsh? You should be more grateful to you for making dinner. Not that I actually said anything. Don't fight, don't fight. I'll go make dinner. It's not every day my second oldest is back. Finally get to eat together. Yes, sir. Sit down and chat. He's always been a little afraid of you. Can't you be more gentle? Things aren't going well? I see. We don't get together very often, and you too. Anything you want to say can wait until dinner. So unsettling things have been happening without my... Don't look worried at all. I'm worried, and I'm just surprised that you show so much concern for your siblings, brother. Siblings in the sense that we were born from the same fragmented consciousness, not true blood relations. Each have our own interests and ambitions, our fates are none of each other's concern, we walk different paths. Truly think so. Is that different? See? It's been centuries since we came to the mortal world, even if we are not truly part of it. Most of the scenes and people that we see are lovely. But the people we meet seem to become smoke in the wind in the blink. Again, it is only us who remain. Only in each other that we can truly speak our hearts. We may have differences and we may have conflicts, but we could cut each other off completely. Isn't that very much like human siblings? I have no intention of arguing with this, how you think. I don't know why you always seem so aloof. We don't see each other very often. Are you not happy at all? I wonder if you'd regret if one of us suddenly disappeared forever. Speaking of which, I ain't. You're mean, Gia. Speaking of which, I encountered something strange recently. One night I was about to go to bed when I heard a sound from the study. From the garden, I saw through the window the silhouette of someone bending over the desk, writing something. I heard into the study to find no one, only the Jishuang that I had been. After having this past few days lying on the desk with scribblings all over it. One word is written over and Sui. What do you think could have done it? There's only one possibility. It is awakening, and it is attempting to us in some way. We thought its consciousness had completely faded after Yu's birth, but it is alive, still sleeping. Stuff of our nightmares. If it does wake, we will become its fleeting. What do you have in mind? I don't know yet, but I'll think of a way. I have an idea if you care to listen. I only recently thought about it. When I compiled the histories with the people of Yan, there were inevitabilities, some mistakes, no matter how careful we were. Unlike ordinary writing, it takes great effort to correct mistakes written in the histories. Gia picks up the writing. If bamboo seeps, then picks the scroll and gently scrapes the paper. The ink that seeped into the paper and smearing the next page slightly disappears from the face when striking knife touches it. The paper is blank, as though nothing has ever been. This knife. I think my influence has changed it. I have a faint feeling words to scrape away a history or at least a name. won't just disappear from the paper, disappear from people's hearts and minds. Perhaps there will become a day when we use it to clear the sewer from all the texts of this world. Can do that? Not yet. Right now, the knife. I can feel it. The more words written, the heavier my knife and pen becomes. Gaps are all the same. We discovered the answer to who we are in that real void. Understood the meaning of our existence in the mortal realm. See what proves we are different. Perhaps at some day exceeds it. Its influence. As long as we don't forget, of course. What are you thinking on, brother? Sometimes I feel like you and I are the least compatible amongst our siblings. Thoughts and plans are things to be kept inside one's heart, but words or language are for expressing what lies in one's heart. But sometimes I feel like you hide nothing from me. I can see all that's worth. I can see all that you think. Interesting, isn't it? We both found what we wanted to devote ourselves to, only to have it shape our personalities in return. She always says I'm obsessed with the past, and I remember the deathly white that she talked about, which lies at the end of the picture. Deathly white. I think I know what she means, but sure. She was right. One cannot pretend to be carefree when there are things that one cannot let go of. Ah, I see. Okay, never mind. I know you're worried about the unknowable future. Victory and defeat are what you're most obsessed about, but it would be such a miserable existence if there was nothing but victory and defeat. Besides, what is it that you care about the most? I simply do not like to accept that a game could not be won. I agree with Wang completely. By the way, are you reporting to the circular tomorrow? Could you take these copied books with you? They'll need to review them before they can archive in Skymere Pavilion. And take another look to the recopied Jijuzang for me. Bring the writing knife too, so you can correct any mistakes. Anything you've written hardly needs me to check it. Consider it an activity to pass the time. Spend so much time devising military strategies, thinking of victory and defeat. A distraction would do you good. And perhaps you might find what you're looking for in that text. Losing my voice. Better sacrifice 3 stones than to lose the initiative. One wrong move, and all is lost. And all is lost. Lost. So you found me. You've been following me for quite a while, show yourself. And looks back, the mixture of weeping and lament moves away gradually, but it does not stop for even an instant. Let me see what I've got. I files your voices are just pick up at the wiki stall. And presumably the owner of the stall sits on the ground weeping. There is no one around. All is lost. All is lost before chance to take his hand. I can board the menopause opponents against the whale, sending stones flying. Ridiculous. Wicked, it cost me my home, my family, and my life. Couldn't let it go. Take a look for me if you can find a solution. Perhaps fate can still be changed. Man goes from sobbing to a howling as Ang San's motionless. The man picks up his stones from the ground and quickly sets up the board. Set up probe and chop, sacrifice, fight, exchange. When hands move to a breathtaking place, the game begins to grow as though it is alive, the war raging from the corners up to the center, then to the other side. Still lies empty so fast that the eyes can hardly keep up. Before one can react, the man has put a black stone in his hand. Turn, sir. How? How indeed. Black and white should have taken turns placing stone. Black stone can be seen on the board. Once you hold one, how should the game proceed? It's ridiculous, I'll take my lead. But to understand, sir, this board is like an abyss. Every white stone is the side of a mountain, while the black ones that I have, presumably placed upon it, are no more than the game. We're so far from the board that even the mountains are no greater than the side of a thumb. Can we possibly see a tiny wakey stone? I held on as long as I could, but at this point I was dazed and exhausted. Man begins to weep bitterly. All is lost. Look, I gave each stone a name, but I couldn't save any of them. There's no way out of any. There's no way out for any of them. This one is Shua. This one is Wang. This one is Ling. This one is June. Wang draws his blade and stabs one of the white stones, only for it to make a sharp cracking sound as it bends, as though he were stabbing a boulder. Oh, that's like striking a rock with an egg. Why did I play this game? I shouldn't have. The sword turns and pierces the man's throat. He slumps to the ground, but no blood flows from the wound. The weeping grows even louder, though it's no longer intelligible. The man's eyes glow with a strange expression. Is it fear or joy? He stares straight at Wang's face. Wang instinctively reaches for the writing knife in his belt, but stops midway. Finally, he ponders for a moment and puts the black stone in his hand on the. Nonsense. That here, the game remains a toss-up. No sooner have the words left Wang's mouth than the body of the ground turns to smoke and full black stones on the board reveal themselves. Mr. Wang. I was just in front of the door to circulate it before turning around again, and came to find you as I thought you might have met with a strange happening too. Strange happening you already know. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. There was a madman here crying about some omen of misfortune. He didn't make any sense. Where is he? Vanished. His wakey game remains. One more thing. The supervisor says GS should about done with the book copying, and you probably bought the copies, have you? Here. One moment, please, while I count them. Philology. Of 60 scrolls. Divination for a total of 5 scrolls. Is the Jiju Zhang? Looks like it got mixed within divination books. He is such a genius. She wrote this in a single night. All 1,400 words of it. Single character repeated. Her calligraphy is still so beautiful. Truly no equal. And she's an empty piece of paper. First time she proposed an actionable hypothesis for destroying Sui. She gave me the writing knife, but I don't remember what the article was about. But she wanted to tell me. By repeat, did you mean making me repeat the events of the past in a dream? Only to make you see for yourself how many fantasies have appeared in the past 1,000 years. Dreams about destroying me, dreams that we were doomed to fail. I should turn these memories into a cage and drown you in the shame of countless failures. See now all that you have forgotten. Forgot? Sorry. Nothing, I'm just thinking too much. If it's very good I didn't say anything. I would like to have my writing back. I don't know why you always seem so aloof. We don't see each other very often. Are you not happy at all? Not if you regret it, if you'd regret it if one of us suddenly disappeared forever. I'd rather not be called the fifth Sui in my entire life. As if it's a mark worse still on me. The ones who created characters helped me think of one to use as a name. Could you read this for me, brother? I shall read it and recite it for you. Gia. Surviving? Something that matter? I don't remembered something. My sister said she did Gigi wrong in a hurry and asked me to check it for errors I forgot. Sometime. I'll leave this one for now then. It's getting late. You can go back tomorrow. Cage of memories. Ready, Gus. You won't get your wish. Jujukiku. Distinctive, unlike other books, at least the name of someone. So don't tell me something. Only Shao Chang. Classified sections by kind so that nothing is confused or mixed together. With but a little time expended, it is suffice for our daily use. Really, to one's satisfaction, to one's studies, it will success. Should have been the words written on the page. Were the words. But covered in strange ink. One instinctively raises the writing knife and aims at it at the fresh looking Sui on the page. Don't move. You know, it's lost. Wind howls outside the window, but there's no one there. Trying to be our nightmare. Same old tricks from centuries ago, have you not grown tired of it yet? When at a disadvantage, seek a draw. There's no such thing as a drop. When in danger, make sacrifices. The writing knife strikes the first Sui. Wang has used his sister's writing knife before. Slight cut and leaving the page intact. It feels a great resistance, as though trying to skip a boulder. Mountain even. Yet I just not too strong arms and push it down. G. The first Sui found is sprays of paper. G air. To reveal the lines initially plain. The lone G stands eerie among. Do not give it. Not give. Especially gradually as the fourth word reveals itself. The outside room was endlessly accompanied by constant lightning. But a blinding strikes the in and setting into blood. No movements received, but the one remains at the desk, actually focused on putting the page. Each story requires a greater exertion than the last. Each time a sui is erased, a different hellish version appears around him. The sky thunders, the earth trembles, winds shriek, and thunder roars, and fires burn. The bed, the desk, and the shelves, until there is nothing in the room left to burn. The ground has been burned. I can feel himself drop straight down, slowly, but his hands stop. Pushing heat. Suffocation. Isolation. Something. 1,393. 1,394. Last soy is erased and he finds himself in the dark. Nothing in the room has changed except for a Wang sitting in the mid space gauntlet yellow. Cold, tired, as though he physically journeyed through all these hellish versions. Board your brother, there's another thing to transform the character. That would help me against you. How do you find something else to pass the time? If it's not really a wiki game, that's your after instrument. I could teach you calligraphy if it comes down to that. Huh. What did you read this time? Words in the other. The paper one can see that the writing is been from the simple, straightforward lines that she used. Copying from letters. It's a unique style of calligraphy that she uses when writing to her siblings. But every word is covered by Sui character. Carefully say that no one said he has just erased. Fine, let's see what tricks you've got. Once again, Wang stabs the Sui covering up the page with the red. Wiping away the smear on top of the word. Red blood that begins to flow from his right shoulder. This will be just fine. One stab and one on his shoulder opens up. Words. Let's see. Next cover will be 9. Whereas an urgent report from the Sky Mirror Beverly, all records pertaining to the developments are. Perhaps the blood has got into his eyes first. Seems like the Soy character is alive. The ink seems to fear the writing, drifting back and forth among the names of the 12 proxies. Bang. Stops on the. Frank presses his bloody right side with his left hand. Then resolute points the writing knife back at the word that covers everything. The ink is so black it seems to shine, reflecting a half-blank silhouette. Spot. The writing knife glows bright. The proxy ports are spread, waiting for it to strike his own knife. The thing on the page dissipates completely. Calligraphy beneath. Proxy can see it now. Fuzzy around covered in blood, so thin and gaunt he hardly seems human. He has stopped reading. I wanted to kill myself. I wish. After more than a century of plotting since your last failed attempt, this is how it ends. I, the strategist, I, the schemer. You're delusional. Your proxy stands beside his bloody corpse on the floor, perfect to us. And he answered the tomb of Sui. The blood on the ground dissipates like the morning dew until only shining black stones are left. Until they too disintegrate. Turning yourself into wakey stones at here. 3 black stones in exchange for killing you once. Trade. Pathetic, you are fooling yourself. Fooling myself. I've visited many of your kind. I know how incomprehensible you are. Holy shit. Or how incomprehensible we are. I know about the faint consciousness that we're born. Transform themselves into a cosmos entities in the course of an infinity. Time, space, quantity, structure, the things that mortal takes for granted, the things that seem to be everlasting, unchangeable, are temporary. I have seen one of your kind continue to disrupt what should have been the calm flow of time, but it had died long ago and been turned into a machine at the hands of others. Hold silent. And you still dream of killing me. I have seen one of her kind continuing to disrupt what should have been the calm flow of time, even though it had died long ago, turned into a machine at the hands of others. Mankind has no use for your arcane design and history. Every death in your memory is real, a genuine death of a small part of your enormous consciousness. I'm going to get coffee while this is happening. Guess my throat is dying. Oh, this is a blasphemy. If you don't go now, there's nothing I can do when a regular hears of her visit to this place. Why is this specific theme so loud? I love it, but also, wow. I just put a foul on the grill on the other. There are another 4 or 5 dishes still to be served. There's no rush. Stop worrying so much. First thing in the morning, open the door if you really have too much time on your hands. It's business as usual for breakfast hours. You're bold as a boulder, you know that. What else can I do? If you're sleepy, go to bed. If you're hungry, eat something. Who knows when someone might suddenly miss a certain taste. A customer could show up at any moment. Who is the lady here? Is it you? Take a seat you like. Only the breakfast menu is available right now. Oh. No, the other one. Yeah. What are you doing here? I'm not sure what you're asking. I run this place. What else would I be doing here? You people just keep getting more and more ridiculous. Why the rudeness insulting the chef before you've taken a single bite? Keep this up and I'll kick you out. Even my patience has its limits. Wow, I haven't seen you in so long. Cross individual walks into the restaurant and sits down at the table beside you. What flavor does savors that you serve? Savor? All of them, of course, from sweet to sour to salty to spicy. And to get the smell of fire and smoke all over yourself, do you like this? Of course. Can't be a good cook if you don't like to cook. I can't speak to anything else, but I'm pretty confident in my cooking. Could make a couple dishes for you on the house. One has to taste different flavors in life. Isn't it a waste to be obsessed with a single flavor? Ah, But I guess I can't really use these words to persuade you. They say he who tells others to forgive and forget will be struck by lightning. Besides, I guess the bad blood between you is pretty thick. I understand how you feel, really. You have every reason to hate Yan, hate humanity, hate it, and I suppose it's not out of the question for the hatred to last 1,000 years. But if you keep hating and hating, with nothing to do but let the hate destroy you, is it really worth it? Remind me of my brother. Come to think of it, you're not afraid of me at all. Why should I be? Beggars, manners, even the gods in the heavens and the phantoms of legend. They're all customers when they walk into the restaurant. You're different from the others. You're unusual, even among your kind. You don't look concerned at all, even when your life is on the line. Guess I've gotten used to living in fear. It's been this way for a century. Your timing isn't great, I have to say. You would really have had a treat if you had come when the ingredients were still fresh in the kitchen. Sometimes all it takes to change your mood is a nice hot meal. Maybe the things that seem impossible will solve themselves. The one's ready, chef, but our breakfast signs is gone. Did Blaze? There's an actual customer at this hour. Candle holder. All alone. Far too arrogant you are. Feeble, ignorant, juvenile. You and this hands. Your shoulders already raised before she has finished her sentence. Stop. Like the falling of the judge gavel or the crack of thunder in winter. Yeah. It is supposed to be a dining table, but feels like a court of law. All is silent. The dining table is no place for swords and bloodshed. Pick up your chopsticks if you're here to eat. Don't let good food go to waste. If you're not here to eat, you ought to get out. It's parts. Protects the humans with the sui regulator. How ironic. We don't need you to tell us how to live our lives. On the other hand, I would suggest that you eat something. Hunger tends to make one grumpy. The woman quietly pushes the steaming plate of buns in front of you. Enjoy while it's hot. Going. Chanai's own words were truth mixed with falsehood, but I will get my hands on what she promised to deliver to me. As for you, I've met many of its incarnations, but none who answer my question straightforwardly. What use is there for you people? I will not say that an eye for an eye is unreasonable, but you should watch your step in case someone has dug a pit before you. Ridiculous. Just speak for the proxies that Shanna Hizong herself or the steaming plate of buns in front of her. I think shut up, June. It doesn't seem like she's here for any particular reason. Looks like she's being tricked by someone. Whether I'm here or not doesn't make much of a difference. It's not us that she's after. Just feel like she must have led a hard life. A road of hardship that only leads to even greater hardships. Never mind that. Does my second oldest sister have business here by now? I have an appointment to keep. An appointment? How about you sit down and enjoy a meal? If you're not in that hurry. I'm afraid it might be a little hard to sit down and enjoy anything, considering the burning smell coming from the kitchen. Oh no. Stop. We're back here. Son of... What the hell is that? Bologna. Bologna seeds striking the ground, rings clear through the faint morning autumn wind. Slender woman in front of her has nervous expressions on her face, seemingly trying to hide her timidly at all costs. Timidity. A visitor. When there is a general evacuation order throughout Bezo. Who are you? What business do you have in the Sky Mirror Pavilion? I don't mean to disturb. Do you work here? You might have seen the strange soldiers all over the city. They seem to have originated here. Could you please tell me exactly what happened? The pavilion does not need an outsider meddling in its affairs. Besides, your identity is unknown, and you have trespassed into this place armed. As a magistrate of water for the Sky Mirror Pavilion, I cannot allow you to enter, whether it is for the safety of the pavilion's archives or for your own safety. Turn back. Magistrate of the Water of the Sky Mirror Pavilion. Magistrate of Water, what kind of... I was about to ask. The Sky Mirror Pavilion is the first library of Yan. The Magistrate of Water is responsible for preventing fires. I see. What are you doing in the Sky Mirror Pavilion, if you do not even know this? I thought a modern library wouldn't need specific person to prevent fires anymore. Indeed, you're right. Smart girl. Now get out. I'm sorry, I mean no offense. But I happen to know someone who used to work in Baizao's library. Oh, what is your relationship? That's not important. It was many years ago. The little woman takes a few steps forwards, lifting her lantern to look closely at Chan's face. Chan simply takes a step back. Enough. Nothing you say will matter. Leave. If you have no business here, you'll regret it when the gates close. But you're the only one here. Are you sure you'll be fine? That's none of your business. Why do you poke your nose into it? Honestly, I came to clear out these monsters. But when I saw this library, I felt like I've seen it in a dream, like someone intentionally guided me here. Jim, is that the best excuse you could come up with? That is not an excuse. Besides, I used to be a cop. I'm familiar with the security work. Please trust me. Let me participate in the investigation. Really, please? And shows her ID. From Longman. Jan Wisher. Huh? Don't think a piece of paper grants your free passage. I, Che Chanshi, and the last of the Chuns have you come. I'll never understand the Imperial family's hobbies. That means short. Pretty sure she does. Your family never cared about the husband's side of the family when Princess Yanjing remarried. Only to ruin the careers of the entire Chen family when she died. Yeah. It was the sister of Wei Yan the king. What did my cousin do wrong? How could he possibly refuse? I thought I was the only one. Didn't know? Then why have we come to the Sky Mirror Pavilion? They stare at each other wordless as though looking to bury mirrors. I am sorry. Enough. Leave a few nice words, that's all. You were willing to say them, and I appreciate it. Let's leave it at that. I gave up asking more questions a long time ago. Thunder, rain, are both gifts from heaven, so I should be grateful I still have a job. Are you cousins? Or are you a niece? Or, not niece, but... Can I disappear? Oh no, the books. I'll take you inside, it's faster that way, excuse me. Insolent child. Beneath a tall dome, densely packed bookshelves extend as far as the eye can see, connecting the mural like a massive, constantly expanding waking board. It's not good. The monsters are here much more stronger than the ones I encountered at the gate. Check, they come flowing out of shelves. What? Pages? Okay. I suppose your intentions are righteous. Family issues. This is still happening. What do you think you're doing down there, Holder Zua? Is the news timely enough for you? I was about to say, how is she able to fight back? Fighting isn't her prowess. Tell me, I haven't noticed something's not right with this free regulator. What about this doll? Why did you steal it? It belongs to a proxy just like the Book of Kung Fu, I believe. It has something to do with the vanished proxy. As for taking it, would you have cooperated and come with me to the Sky Meter Pavilion? Hard-headed as you were, as if I didn't. But, out of the way. Which is why that sends a doll in Mogi's arms flying. That's rude, Zole. Blades cross again in the blink of an eye. Or since both of them can coiling. Blades vibrate and hum. Look out. Bookshelf collapses towards Mogi, Charlie watching her back. Poor librarian. Stop. Who are they? You're swinging swords at each other when there are still monsters around and you toppled an entire shelf of books. It is unclear who moved first, so the balance is broken and chaos breaks out. Mogi turns over to charging Magistrate of Water, angling her wrist to point her sword at her foe's shoulder. By the shoulder. Joella swings Mrs. Mogi's by inches, cutting the red rope tied to the wooden lock. Chen has no time to pull Chen Chao. Oh god. Back. Almost by instinct, she draws Chi Shao and barely parries an attack without even seeing who made it. Mogi grabs Chi Shao. Chen Chao Chen by the collar and pulls her away from the scuffle. Okay. Ken steps forward, her blade leading the way. Joella stands his ground. Stop! The girl holds up the petite form of the Magistrate of Water and turns her blade around. Give the wooden lock back. Stop, all of you. Don't hurt the innocent. Your Lord Wei's niece? Why is that token in your hands, Miss Chen? This is important to the surrogate. You must return it at once. Lower your weapon. Yes. Quite literally. A mess. Mission, return the item. Let her go. Return the lock. I'm sure we can talk about this calmly like reasonable people. You're the first one who charged, by the way, Miss Librarian. I could hear you all the way from upstairs. I thought it was guys at work again. I don't expect to see a 3-person sparring session. Julianne? Preferring World or Duo. The words were I'd heard that name on Rhodes Islands. I must admit, I was at my wit's end about how to resolve the trouble here. My mind can be at ease now that the Survey Regulator has sent you to deal with it. Well, do I misunderstand? The supervisor has her plans. There is no need to worry. I will offer what assistance I can. It's under the supervisor's instructions that you are arresting this young lady. She is Moyi, a member of the Shanghai Zone. She had been causing trouble at Wangshan Town a few days ago, and now she has appeared in Baizhou, coinciding with the Geist's troubles. This is highly suspicious and calls for a thorough investigation. How ungrateful of you, candle holders. Shanghai Zone. The city is under martial law. I should commend Miss Mo for her boldness if you are only here to cause trouble. You seem duller than this candle holder is, but I didn't expect you to be a reasonable one. Care to persuade our Lord Zhu to listen to me before drawing a sword for once? My decision is insignificant. My words carry little weight. I can only ask for you to release my colleague. To travel across the land and delve deeply into the laws of nature, the original creed of the Shanghai Zong 1,000 years ago. I doubt it is your intention to harm an innocent. How do you know that? Moyi falls silent for a moment, then sheathes her sword and gives the magistrate a watery, gentle push. Alright, fine. Push it, new transcriber. I recognize that sword. You must be Miss Chen. It is surprising that you would return to Baizhou at a time like this. You're the young student advisor of you men. I've seen you with the Wei and Woof. You are too humble to say that your station is insignificant. I've left the position and merely a humble transcriber now. Perhaps you have not yet heard the news since you have been traveling. No sudden moves. The token's one thing, but the lock was mine to begin with. And what of it? You dare? I agree with Moyi at this point. Speak your intentions and I'll decide what to do with this lock. You wouldn't believe me if I told you. Why did the old Jianxi allow you to come to Baizhou? She said that the war is coming to the city, and some people will inevitably try to take advantage of the chaos. That young candle holder will likely run into trouble. She took Deputy Minister Lin and Mr. Yun, so she wanted you to have help. Deal with anyone who tries to obstruct the boy as best as you can. Did you think I wanted to help you? Hello? Out of the lock. Still keeping secrets? Well, my late mother. What the fuck? I've let the hostage go and you have my mother's heirloom. What more do you want? You still have to come with me to the surgery to explain your previous sentence. Cause no more trouble and I assure you the lock will return to you without scratch once all is settled. You just want to hold me hostage with it, don't you? Like I said, the Sir Regulator. Good use now that we've resolved our misunderstandings. Why don't we call a truce and clear up what's going on here? What is? Hmm? Oh, okay. I guess I have to end it here after this one. I told you, you people are way too far behind Fathom knowledge. And why did the script gas originate from the Skymare Pavilion? I'm not well versed in Fathom mythology, but I have a hypothesis concerning the Skymare Pavilion. Mr. Liang, what's your words? Still cutting to your stupid rules? Do you have any idea what the situation is? That's not my intention to poke my nose into the greatest secrets, but this is an emergency, and we need to share information. This place holds the only thing the vanished proxy left behind. A writing knife. Writing knife. Could it be the top floor of the Skymare Pavilion, which has always been sealed shut? It is very special. After the death of the proxy, everything that she owned, everything that she had poured her heart and soul into, disappeared with her. But this writing knife remains. If the geists in the city come from words, it is very likely that they have something to do with the knife. It all makes sense now. What do you mean? A little while ago, the Ministry of War sent people to search the Skymare Pavilion every few days. But the Skymare Pavilion is under the jurisdiction of the Ministry of Rats. Mr. Liang has submitted several complaints to the Department of Discipline and Supervision. They finally laid off the search over these couple of days. The Ministry of War. Patrol Battalion soldiers tried to stop me on the main street just now. Could this be the Grand Commandant's doing? Why didn't you say anything about the Patrol Battalion soldiers following closely behind the candle holder from the Sawyer Galiter? Hey. Come on, it's just a guess. I never said anything about a Surregator being in league with the Grand Commandant in some kind of underhanded deal. The Surregator does not indulge in faction politics. Bureaucrats who don't engage in faction politics, that would be a first for the Baizao court. I'll clear it up when I report back to the supervisor. Don't get so worked up over a mere guess. What does the Ministry of War want with the writing knife? What use does it have other than its association with the script geists? A writing knife is a tool used to erase the characters described on the bamboo slips, but I know nothing about the powers that proxy knife possesses. You do, don't you, Lord Duo? Go on. Your proxy assisted Diane with compiling the nation's history. Her powers were unusual. The scrolls of Sir Regalite record. With her pen, she fathoms the laws of heaven and human affairs. With her knife, she has the power to erase and rewrite history. Apparently, the writing knife can erase things that cannot and must not be hastily touched. The name of a person or the very existence, even the existence of an entire segment of history. You have got to be kidding me. How can a history be altered so easily? What does altering history involve? Does it change the people's memories, or does it single-world erase someone's existence? The powers of the firmaments are far beyond our comprehension. We cannot interpret this through the lens of normal logic. According to the Surregalite's research, however, the writing knife hasn't been used for such purposes in the past. That seems to be the full knowledge either. However, the one who seeks the writing knife, the one who would chill your motive must have know how to use it. What? Do we stop people from getting their hands on the knife, or do we use it to stop the guys in the city? As far as I know, the writing knife has sealed away the top of the Skymare Pavilion many years ago, and the Surregator placed 2 strong wards on it. 2 keys are needed to unseal it, the supervisor, and the 4th proxy. Each hold the 1 seal can only be broken if both are present. Should be June. Zhang Yue, Ling, Wang, June. Okay. Yeah, okay. Or maybe we can use the thing you took from the garden. Cheers. Give it a try? Absolutely not. You know, later sort of after writing knife, and even less this object from the garden. We can't act rashly. Not this, not that. Guess we'll wait for Sui to wake up and go down and the rest of the Baizao. Miss Chen has been quiet. What is on your mind? What is on your mind, Chen Huishe? Miss Liang, what did you mean when you said No one will alter your motives. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but you are here on the private matters of Lord Way's behest, are you not, Miss Chen? Where is Lord Way? He is missing. Missing, but there are few who could possibly overcome Lord Way in combat. In that case, have you entered the city because you suspect that Lord Way is already here? Impossible, he would be accused of attempting a coup. Okay. These are just Miss Yang. There is no need to mince words. The writing knife, the political answer together, do you think the unusual activities of Ministry of War have something to do with Wei Yanwu's disappearance? I did not make a hasty judgment, but it is true that they were not so brazen before Lord Wei's disappearance. As far as I know, Lord Wei and His Imperial Majesty are polar opposites. Lord Wei is decisive but sometimes rash, while His Majesty's cautiousness might be seen as indecisive by some. Perhaps the Grand Commandant in his factions found Wei Yanwu's weakness and coerced him to enter the city, planning to use the writing knife to rewrite history too. No, anyone who tried to blackmail Wei Yanwu would only suffer 100-fold payback. Could he willingly? But if it's a true love, must summon him back to buy us out unless he changes his mind at the last minute. But why hide if he's answering an imperial summons? Human minds are complicated things, and Lord Wei is more so than most. If you're truly worried for him, you could start by investigating the writing knife right here at the Sky Pavilion, responding to the change by staying still, so to speak. Where do we go, then, to find out what this writing knife can do and protect it, Mr. Liang? Up. Yeah, we climb the sky, remember, no more storms are. They will be great benefit. Okay. That will be the last for today. Or at least for now. God. 2 hours and 30 minutes for voice just for 3 stages. Anyway, I don't know if anyone is watching or staying, but I'm mostly doing this for my own sake so that I don't fucking forget things. Anyway, goodbye.